You should be reading Dead Demons DeDeDeDe Destruction. This is a quick review and recommendation video for Asano Inio's Dead Demons DeDeDeDe Destruction. This is a manga review based on the current state of the series, which as of February 2021 is chapter 84. While doing research for a recommendation video on what to read after this series, a lot of the reviews on websites like My Anime List and even here on YouTube are only based on initial impressions of the first 1 or 2 volumes, so I wanted to give a more comprehensive review of the series as of chapter 84, where the plot has come a long way from those innocent days of volume 1, and we seem to be heading into the endgame for the series. To see where we're at in an estimated total length of the series, the manga has been published since April 2014, meaning we're going on 7 years in publication, and we just hit chapter 84. By contrast, Asano's other longest running series prior to this was Oyasumi Punpun, which was published from 2007 to 2013 for a total of 6.5 years and 147 chapters. As we head into the final chapters, now is the perfect time to jump into the series for the first time or to give it another go if you've only tried the first volume. So, why start now? Dead Demons is often compared to Asano's other more well-known work, Oyasumi Punpun, and Dead Demons continues the author's themes of character development focused on youth and their alienation in the modern world by literally having a story about aliens invading Tokyo. As a contrast to Punpun, Dead Demons is slightly happier in tone. While the world outlook is pretty bleak with the constant war and fighting the invaders, the characters are a bit more grounded and only have a few hints of the darkness that we saw in Punpun. An article from the Japanese blog Real Sound summarizes the story as skillfully combining 2 plot twists into one story, which as a general rule for manga is to only have one twist in the story. We are first introduced to the characters living their normal lives as best they can in the face of an ongoing war with the invaders. The story of Dead Demons weaves in multiple side characters to expand the current state of the world from our core group of high school friends, such as Kodode's interest in her teacher, who happens to be dating a woman who works for the company making the weapons to fight the aliens, teaching us about the greater response from the world to the invaders outside of the girl's narrow viewpoint. Through the multiple characters and slice-of-life interjections from newscasts and daily events, we also see a world normalizing the insanity of aliens over their city, with train riders unfazed by the announcement that there is delay due to the fighting in the area, or that the local weather forecast predicts how the weather will be based on where the mothership is hovering that day. The early story for the first couple of volumes is exploring this contrast of the girls doing normal teenager things and being uncertain for their future, such as studying for entrance exams and trying to figure out life, while they have come to accept that even with these normal life events, the world could end at any moment with the alien spaceship hovering just overhead. And just as we are settling into what we think the manga is about, we are introduced to the first twist, as we start learning more and more about the nature of the invaders. For the first half, they're an existential threat, only seen in the sky to our main characters, and their appearance is never shown to the reader. When we do see them, they're more human than we probably wish, through the eyes of the soldiers hunting them, and then as we see the colony of the invaders that have landed on Earth and are unable to return to the mothership, we learn that these creatures are highly intelligent and are very similar to humans in their actions and intentions. The aliens are humanized, and we as readers begin to question whether all this fighting is justified, and at the same time, we could easily see the same scenario playing out in real life. Just as we are coming to terms with the reality of this war, the second twist is revealed in the summer vacation time travel parallel world story arc that just recently finished. This backstory goes into Kodode and Oran's past, going deeper into the characters than ever before, with those touches of depression and flawed human emotion we saw on display in Punpun. This is the Asano you've been waiting for if you're a big fan of Punpun. We learned so much about the girls and the characters that this arc alone should dismiss any concerns about Oran being too over the top, as we tragically learn exactly why she's behaving the way she does and how the events of the past play into the invaders coming to Tokyo in the first place. Things take a rather dark turn at times, but the story is really connecting the dots from earlier and the motivations behind the characters, both the girls and the invaders. With the summer vacation time travel story arc complete, the ominous end of the world countdown that has been going on for the past couple of chapters is now indicating that we're nearing the final act with 12 hours to go in chapter 81. Even Isobeyan had its final chapter in chapter 82 of the main manga. Now, as of chapter 83, the mothership is in even worse shape and the invaders are mobilizing, the government is up to no good, and even Hitoshi has finally left the house. The previous 2 arcs are converging as the fate of the invaders is intertwined with our main characters as the past is slowly being revealed to the present day characters' understanding. The action is picking up and all paths are leading to a final resolution for the fate of Tokyo and maybe the world. Now is a great time to pick up Dead Demons again if you were wondering where it was all going, or pick it up for the first time. as all previous criticisms of slow pacing and wavering plot are finally coming together with a masterful plan and resolution. I can't wait to see how Asano handles the final ending and ties together all of the subplots and side characters we've been introduced to. What will be the fate of the mothership and the invaders? Will the fate of the world rest with Oran, Kodode, Uba, and Hitoshi? Based on the endings for Solanin and Punpun, I'm sure Asano is going to give us resolution, and I can't wait to see what it'll be. Thanks for watching, and I hope this convinced you to check out DeDeDeDe Demon's DeDeDeDe Destruction.